Welcome back, everyone, to another commentary series.
Yeah.
This time we're diving into
Looking at
the work of Ajmal
Yes.
from his website,
theborderofamind.com.
theborderofamind.com. I've been spending some time with his writing there on his blog, The Border of a Mind.
Right.
And
Really interesting stuff.
yeah, it's just full of, I don't know,
Yeah.
like these kind of really beautiful visual reflections, personal thoughts,
Yeah, lots of art too.
lots of art. Yeah, and it's just, there's something very inviting about the whole thing. And in particular, there's this one post that we wanted to kind of dig into a little bit today
Okay.
called The Search for Something Real.
Yeah.
And I thought, we could kind of chat about that a little bit today and see,
Yeah, unpack it a bit.
what we make of it.
Absolutely.
Because I think, right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
this whole idea of searching for something real is something that, I think so many of us can relate to.
Definitely, yeah. It's a very human experience to be looking for that sense of purpose.
Exactly.
And meaning.
Yeah, and this idea that maybe, it's not necessarily found in all the places that
Right.
we're often told to look.
Exactly. We're always chasing external achievements, possessions, validation from others. And I think what Ajmal is suggesting is that it's really an inward journey.
Yes. And it's almost like he's turning the whole idea of fulfillment on its head.
Right. Flipping the script.
Yeah, because we're so conditioned to think that it's
Absolutely.
about acquiring more, achieving more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, what if it's about,
Stripping away.
stripping away, letting go.
Yeah, and really accepting who you are at your core.
Yeah. And he has this phrase that I really love. It kind of jumped out at me when I was reading it. This idea of being perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he means by that?
Well, I think it really speaks to, this idea of embracing our humanness, right? Like, we're all a mixture of strengths and weaknesses, of triumphs and failures.
And like the things that we
Yeah.
often try to hide.
Exactly. Yeah, we spend so much time and energy trying to present this perfect image to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's saying, that's not where the realness is.
Yeah. So it's like, how do we get to that place then? If we're so used to kind of curating this perfect image, how do we even begin to embrace those imperfections?
Well, I think a big part of it is just becoming aware of that inner critic, right? Like, what are the stories we're telling ourselves about who we should be, where are those stories coming from, and can we start to challenge them with a little more kindness, a little more compassion? And I think it's really an ongoing process. It's not like
Right. It's not a switch you flip.
you just suddenly arrive
Yeah.
at self-acceptance.
Yeah. And I was really intrigued by the fact that he wasn't saying, okay, so just give up on your dreams.
Right? Like, it wasn't this message of complacency.
Yeah.
He was still encouraging us to
Absolutely.
pursue things and grow.
Yeah. There's this beautiful balance, I think, that he's talking about between, striving for those things that we want,
Right.
but also appreciating what we already have and not letting the pursuit of the future
Yes.
completely overshadow the present moment.
It's almost like that whole idea of mindfulness comes into play there, right?
Absolutely. Being present in your experiences instead of always chasing the next thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you were saying that realness isn't something we find out there,
Right.
but it's something that we cultivate within ourselves.
And I think that's where that search for something real ultimately ends, right? It's with accepting ourselves
Yeah.
as we are with all of our imperfections.
Wow. There's a lot to unpack there, I think.
And, if any of this is resonating with you, which I'm sure it is, definitely head over to theborderofamind.com
Absolutely.
and check out Ajmal's work.
Yeah, it's really
thought-provoking.
thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Definitely worth spending some time with.
And be sure to stay tuned because we have many more of these commentary series coming up.
Yes.
And we're really excited to...
More great writing to dive into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time.
See you then.